All right, everybody, let's get started. So first of all, thank you for your patience and thank you so much for attending our webinar. We are really honored by this level of demand with, I think, almost 250 registrations. My name is Xavier, or Xavier. I am the co-founder and CEO of Koala. And before I start, I'd like to say a big thank you to the International Dyslexia Association for talking about Koala in their newsletter. All right, let's get to it. So here is what we will cover today. I'm going to take a couple minutes to tell you about our team, the Koala team, who is behind the product. Then I will take a couple minutes to tell you what Koala is, when it was created and why, the genesis of Koala. And then the core of our webinar today will be about walking you through the steps to install Koala. So the purpose of today's webinar is to help you get started with Koala. So I will walk you step by step through each step that you need to take to start teaching with Koala. This is a success if at the end of this webinar, you're on your own and you can start teaching. So if you have a PC or a Mac next to you, feel free to replicate those steps that I'm going to take. And also feel free to tell me if I'm going too fast or if there's a step that you missed. I may go too fast, so there's a Q&A option in Zoom. Feel free to jump in and I'll try to take a break, and Ben will tell me when there are some requests or things that are not clear. So I'll show you how to create your free account. I'll show you how to start a class, how to move your avatar inside the virtual classroom. I will show you also how to customize your avatar, how to invite a student to the virtual classroom, how to turn your camera on and off, how to use the browser in the virtual classroom, to upload any local PDF or any local document that is on your computer, how to use the whiteboard in Koala, and finally, how to use sticky notes. I'll take a couple of minutes for takeaways. Finally, we'll tell you about our next webinar, and we'll dedicate the second half of this webinar to taking questions and try to answer them the best we can, because I'm sure I'm going to forget many important things. All right, so here's the team I am really proud to work with. Ben, that you can also see right here, is my co-founder. I think.
Hey guys,
are you muted, Ben?
Yeah. Oh. Hi everybody.
So Ben was crazy enough to leave Apple a year ago to join me and build this startup with me. His mother is a teacher and he's based in California, same as me. We have Brennan, who's also a brilliant programmer. His mother also is a teacher and he's also in California. Jérôme is our 3D artist. He's based in London. He's really brilliant, really doing the job of what usually takes a team of 3-4 artists on his own. And he happens to be dyslexic, by the way, a dyslexic genius. Naomi is super talented and she runs our whole marketing on her own. She, while studying at the University of Miami in Florida. Gian, very patient, empathetic, who runs operations and customer support, and myself. So that's the 6 people in the Koala team. Now, so what is Koala? So let me stop sharing my screen for a sec. The genesis of Koala was 2 years ago, and Ben and I were talking with hundreds of families who were telling us about the real suffering that they had because their kid had dyslexia. And the school system did not match their learning profile. And at the same time, learning about dyslexia, reading a book like The Dyslexic Advantage, or watching Dean Bragonier's TED Talk about the mind strength, which I recommend, which is really great. Those revealed that kids with dyslexia struggle at reading, of course, but they excel in other areas, such as 3D spatial thinking, episodic memory, they're creative, and they have what we call commonly multisensory learning, meaning that they learn by doing, which, by the way, is the case for many other kids who we consider neurotypical. And of course, when forced to move online, those students said that Zoom was not the optimal tool for them. And that's what Koala is, a multisensory alternative to Zoom. And of course, the last request that we heard from literacy instructors was to bring a little bit of fun, because let's face it, a 7-year-old who is doing a structured literacy class, it's hard to make it really fun on Zoom. So that's also something that we try to achieve with Koala. But enough talking, let's show you the product. So I'm going to share my screen again. And again, I'm going to walk you through every step that you can take at home right now or wherever you are to download Koala and get started right away. So first of all, I'm going to open a browser. And in the URL at the top, I'm going to type Koala-classroom. Koala-classroom.com. So feel free to do this at home and then hit enter. And once I arrive on this website, all I have to do is scroll down slightly until I see those 3 buttons: download for Windows, download for Mac, and launch in your browser. So if you have a PC, go ahead and click on this button, download for Windows. If you have a Mac, go ahead and click on this button. I have a Mac, so I'm going to click there. A download should start. It's going to take a little bit of time, but so we're going to download this. And if you have, if you're downloading the app, and once you see the app is downloaded, go ahead and start installing it. And while this app is downloading, I would like to bring to your attention this piece of text that says for teachers here and for students. So today, Koala, we have 3 apps for Koala: the Windows app, the Mac app, and a browser app. However, as a teacher, in order for you to have access to all the functionalities of the virtual classroom product, we recommend that you use the Windows or the Mac app. However, students can run the Windows app or the Mac app or the browser. Okay. So while this is downloading, do you guys have any questions so far? So for questions, I think that, yeah, go ahead, Ben.
I was going to say, some of you may be wondering if we support tablets, and then the answer is not yet. We're working on an iOS app for iPad. We're going to be working on an Android app as well for Android tablets, but we don't support tablets just yet. I think we have a question: would the app be useful for homeschooling?
Well, so it depends. It depends in how you do your homeschooling. If you're physically present at home with the students and you are acting as the teacher, Koala does not provide a lot of benefits because you're physically present. However, if the teacher is remote or you are doing groups and some kids are not present physically where you are, then Koala has a lot of benefits, yes. Does that answer your question?
I think we have a question, sorry, while we're waiting for an answer. We have a question about Chromebooks. A lot of people asking whether we support Chromebooks. So the answer is we do support Chromebooks only for the student, because as you can see on Xavier's screen right now, the Chromebook option would be the launch in your browser option, and that only is available for students. As a teacher, you want to use Windows or Mac at the moment. Does Koala look the same with Windows or Mac? Yes, Koala is the same no matter what platform you use.
Yep.
Will this be recorded and available? Yes.
Absolutely. We will post it on our YouTube channel, and we will share the link with you by the end of the week.
Will you have a customer support group or on Facebook or elsewhere?
Let me make a note of this. I think we can. Absolutely. Yes.
What if our school system won't allow for us to download onto our computer?
So my understanding is that indeed some school IT department will block some applications, but that usually if the teacher makes a request to the IT department, they can allow those apps. So if you do this, you work with the IT department and they are asking for more information, feel free to reach out to us and we will gladly take it with them.
I think Jimmy is asking, what is the difference between downloading the program and launching in your browser? The main difference is going to be performance. Typically, if you download the Windows or Mac app, you'll have better performance. If you have a weaker computer, we recommend doing that. Otherwise, I mean, it's exactly the same app. The resolution might be a little bit lower in browser, but that's all technical details, so it's not that important. So really, it should be the same. Hopefully that answers your question,
cool.
Jimmy. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to move on with the demo and we'll take more questions later, okay? So here, I just finished downloading my Mac app. So now it's showing at the bottom here. If you have a Mac, it will show in here, it will say Koala Installer.dmg. And if I click on it, you have a little window that pops up. And then this window will show up. And all you have to do is click on Koala and drag it into your applications folder. Once this is done, you can just double click on Koala and you will start the app. On Windows, the procedure is quite similar. All right, so let's start the app. So as I start my application, here it says, welcome to Koala. I want to host a room. So here it works the same way as Zoom. If you're familiar with Zoom, you have a host who hosts a room and who can invite guests. Pretty similar for Koala.
Yeah, maybe.
So I want to host a room.
Yeah, before you continue, I just want to clarify. Xavier is going to play the role of the teacher today. So Xavier is a teacher, exactly, and he wants to create a class. So go ahead.
Exactly. So you can replicate this at home. The first time you launch the app, it will ask you for an email. So I'm going to type my email address here. There you go. And my username, I will just put my first name. And as I click on start, I've also already created my Koala account. It's that simple. Now, it will say joining for a few seconds, and here I am in my virtual classroom. So don't be scared. Even if you're not a video gamer, you'll see it's actually really easy to use. The first time you open your Koala virtual classroom, it will give you this little window, which is a tutorial on how to move your avatar around inside the virtual classroom. And there's only four keys that you will be using. The up arrow on your keyboard will allow your avatar to move forward. Down arrow, move backwards. Left for left, right for right. So just take my keyboard and press those four keys here, and let's try. And I'm going to close this window for now. So move forward, up arrow, I walk forward. Here, move backwards, turn left, and turn right. And you can see that here, you are in this 3D room, which is going to be your virtual classroom. and I can walk around wherever I want. So now we have created our classroom and we know how to move, but I would like to see what my avatar looks like. So what I'm going to do is simply at the bottom right, let me put this in full screen. At the bottom right, you can see those gear icons here. Click on this. Oops, sorry, not full screen actually. There we go. I click on these gear icons here, and then you will see this button that says Customize Avatar. Click on this, and there you are. Here is what your avatar looks like at the moment. So here, I want to make sure I'm extremely cool. So I really like my flying carpet, and maybe I would like to change my shades. So I'm going to go to accessories, and here I have glasses here, and there we go. This is better, perfect. And to exit the avatar edit mode, you just click here and then again here. All right, should we look at questions real quick, Ben?
Yes, so we have an attendee who says they were there a few weeks ago and I believe they're on Mac. They open it now and it says that they don't have the latest version. Yes, you have to, on Mac, you have to download the app again. It should give you a link to click or a button to click to easily find where to download it again. But yes, on Mac, you need to click that. You need to download it again. On Windows, you don't. Again. On Windows, it will update itself. So we're working obviously on improving that on Mac, but we're not there yet. I don't think, I mean, we have a question about,
okay.
This is maybe a question we can answer at the end about the fact that we partnered with the tutoring company. We can answer that.
Okay, yeah, we can talk about it at the end.
Okay, yeah.
Cool, so here,
sorry, one more question. I can't get rid of keyboard mouse box in the fog for avatar isn't working. So you can't get rid of the keyboard mouse box. You should be able to click the red cross top right. I'm not sure what you mean by fog. Okay.
Can you repeat the question, Ben?
Sorry. So Anna's saying I can't get rid of the keyboard mouse box. So maybe you can show how to do that.
Yes, yes. So the first time you enter Koala, it will give you this box, and if you click on this arrow, you should be able to close it.
Anna, you might be in full screen. Click, Xavier, can you show her how to exit full screen?
Yeah, and if you have issues in full screen, and if you're on Mac, you can just click on escape or put your arrow at the top of the window and click here to exit full screen. That may help you out.
Try doing that and then click the red cross. That should work.
Okay, Ben, I'll resume and then we take more questions later.
Sounds good.
All right, so now I know how to move in my virtual classroom as a teacher. I know how to look at my avatar, but I would like to invite my students now. So what we're going to do with Ben is I'm going to play the role of the teacher and Ben is going to play the role of the student and he's going to share his screen to show you what a student would do, okay? You may notice at the top left of your virtual classroom, 2 words here. This is what we call the room code. And in order for a student to join this virtual classroom of yours, you need to share the room code with them. So mine is practice-Belkin. So I'm going to take my phone and I'm going to send a text message to Ben and say practice-Belkin. Okay, and now I'm going to stop sharing my screen and Ben is going to share his screen to show you what a student would do to join the virtual classroom.
Okay, can you enable screen sharing, please, Xavier?
There you go.
Thank you.
Are you good now?
Excellent. So Xavier, my teacher, just sent me a room code. Actually, David, can you actually send it to me by text?
Yes.
Thank you. So I'm going to go ahead and, as a student, I'm just going to open a browser, in this case, Chrome. I'm going to go to koala-classroom.com. Okay. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. And in here, I have these three options. The easiest for me is just going to be to click on launch in your browser. So I'm going to do that. It's going to take us a couple seconds to load. And then I'm going to have the same screen that Xavier had in the beginning. And in this case, because I'm a student, I don't want to host a room. I want to join a room. So I'm going to click that button to change the mode. I'm going to type my email, type my username. This can be anything, right? Anything I want. And as a matter of fact, the email can be anything I want either. You can put whatever you want. You don't have to confirm the email at this time. So Xavier sent me the code. In this case, it's practice Belkin. And then once I'm ready, I'm just going to click join. So Xavier, you want to take over?
Yes, you may need to make me host again.
Oh, okay.
Go to the panelists and then more, and then
sharing.
make me host.
Okay. Try now.
Yep, it works. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So now, as you remember, I was as a teacher in my virtual classroom, and Ben just typed practice Belkin and is joining. And as soon as he does this, I will hear this satisfying sound, a little notification that says Ben joined, and I will see Ben's avatar pop up in the virtual classroom.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Ben. So now, you know, having avatar is nice, but you may also, for some exercise, maybe you need to see the video of the students. You need to see the lip movement for some spelling exercise. So the next icon that you can see at the top left of your screen here is a little camera icon. If I click on this, I turn on my camera in Koala. And here, Ben just turned on his video as well. And as Ben moves around, his camera will stay right next to him. So it's up to you whether you want your student to turn his camera on or not. Some kids are too shy, and some exercise requires video. Some people have Wi-Fi that is not high enough bandwidth to support video. So it's really up to you. All right. Now, what you see in the back here is this really nice looking browser that says Google on it. The goal of Koala is not to force any program on you. Okay, it's not to force any structural literacy program. Some of you do OG, some of you do Barton, Wilson. You know best what your student needs. So what we wanted to do is give you a sandbox, give you the tools to recreate as accurately as possible a real classroom. So you can see this big browser here as a big iPad in a way. So I'm going to move my avatar closer to this browser. And I know a lot of you, many of you use tools such as Really Great Reading or Jamboard or Seesaw or Wizimo. So here, let's say I want to use Wizimo inside my Koala virtual classroom. All I need to do is make sure I'm selecting the cursor icon here, okay? And then click inside here and type Wizimo, just like you would do in a regular browser, and then Wizimo login. Click on the link. And then I believe I can go here to log in to my Wizimo account. You scroll down in the browser just like you would scroll down on your computer. Continue to web login. You don't need to replicate those exact steps at home. I just wanted to give you a quick demo with a standard tool. Here is my Wizimo account. And then I log in. There we go. And what I would like to show you is, let's use the Blackboard. And here I can, oh, by the way, if you want to zoom out, you can do this by just clicking here on the top right on the hamburger menu and click on the minus sign here, zoom out.
Maybe like a couple of important things you guys should notice at this point. Xavier can see where I'm pointing at. So if I point my mouse, for example, on the K here, there should be a laser that comes out of my hand and hits the K. Do you see that, Xavier?
Yes, absolutely. And if I point on the K, similarly, Ben can see what I'm pointing at.
In the exact same way, I can see what Xavier is pointing at. So at any time, I see where your cursor is.
Yep, absolutely. Good bringing it up. And here, so you can interact with this interactive letter tiles just like you would on a regular browser. And the interesting part is that now, let's say I want to give an exercise little practice exercise to Ben. All I have to do is click on this hamburger menu at the top right. Not this one, but this one, at the very top right of the browser. Click there, and here you will see two options under mouse control. Here for me, and here for Ben. So if I click on Ben here, and exit this, Ben can now interact with the browser just like I was earlier. And I can ask, okay, yeah, Ben, please spell cat. Very good. There we go. And in order to take control back, all I have to do is go to mouse control and click on my name again. Now, some of you like to use web tools. Some of you have local documents stored on your computer. You can also do that by clicking on that icon next to the hamburger menu with a little document and a white arrow. So I'm going to click here on this. And here I have this word list PDF document here that I want to show you. Click on open and it will pop up inside the browser. And then I can just scroll down and let's do another little exercise with Ben. So here, you see this icon here that has a pencil. If you click on it, that will allow you to choose a color and choose the width of the line. And here, we're going to ask Ben to underline the prefix in this word. Ben, please, subdivision. And Ben can now do this. And please also underline the suffix in this word, Ben.
I'll circle it to make it more interesting.
Circle the suffix. Thank you. Very good. So you see, Ben can annotate on documents that I am uploading. And if I want to erase, I click on this little eraser icon at the bottom here. And I hold my click and I wipe on those lines and they will disappear. Cool. We're almost done with our tutorial. Should we take a few questions, Ben?
Yeah, let's take some questions. Let's see. There's a lot of questions. All right. So, hello all. Regarding questions about special OG resources, Koala does not currently. Okay, Brennan has already answered this. Do students have to fill in an email? Okay, so they have to put an email, but at the moment they can just put whatever email. There's not going to be a confirmation link or anything like that, so they can just put whatever. Just not your email, the teacher's email, just like any email. The host and join buttons are a little bit hard to discover. Yeah, it's a good point. So we'll improve that. Does that work with mouse pads or just actual mouse? Both. You can use both. We do recommend an actual mouse. It's a little bit easier to draw and it's a little bit easier to look around, but it's possible. Yes, and there will be a way to watch it again. We are recording it.
Absolutely.
I think Carol had an issue. I think Carol, if you don't mind, we'll probably reach out to you after this talk to figure out what's going on. Can you use your face cam simultaneously with doc cam? You can't use them simultaneously, but you can swap between one and the other using, Xavier, can you show the button to use to change the camera?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing this up. In order to share the document camera, you can click. So you click on this gear icon at the bottom right. And here you have something that says device setting with 2 tools. Click on this, and here it will show you, it will give you a drop-down menu where you can select which camera you want to share within Koala. And then once you've done this, you click on OK, and then you turn your camera on, and it will share that document camera. Today, we do not have a way to do both simultaneously, your face and the document camera. Please let us know if it's a feature that you need, and we'll work on it.
Yeah. Anna's asking, can cursor control be shared between different devices? Yes, absolutely. So it doesn't matter on the device that the student is using. The student can be on any device. They will be able to control the browser. So yes. How do I access Google on the screen against the green wall again? Leslie, we're recording this. I recommend you rewatch this from the beginning once we upload it. I can't get out of the customize your avatar box. If I hit the exit door, my
Let me show this
avatar
again.
disappears. Now, I think this question for Jimmy here. So the base view, the view that you're seeing Xavier in right now, is what we call first-person view. It's the camera, or actually, the view is, you have to imagine that it's as if you were watching from his avatar's eyes. Now, obviously, if you're watching from your avatar's eyes, you can't see yourself, right? So that's why it's called a first-person view. You can always like see your avatar when you edit it in the edit menu. Like
if I click on this button here, customize
see
avatar.
What you look like. But as soon as you leave this menu, you go back to seeing the world from the perspective of your avatar. If hopefully that makes sense. Let's see what else we got. What would the recording be? Are we gonna put it on Facebook, Xavier?
Yeah, I'll put it on YouTube, and I will share the link with you. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Thank you, Leslie. How do you invite a student to a session? So maybe we can explain this real fast again, because it is a very important point.
Absolutely. At the top left of your virtual classroom, once you open Koala, you see those 2 unique words. This is your room code. It's unique to you. Only you have it. And all you got to do to invite students is share those 2 words with them. Practice-Belkin for me. And Ben will launch the app either from Windows or Mac or a browser. And he will click on, I want to join a classroom, and enter that room code.
Right. So you just send to the student, all they need is the koala-classroom.com link and your 2 words, and they can join you. How is the second screen? We have a question about the second screen, Xavier.
Okay, all right. That's a good segue into continuing with that tutorial. I only have 2 more things I would like to show you. The whiteboard in front of me and the sticky notes, and then we can take all the questions. So here, the second screen is not a browser, it's simply a whiteboard. So the idea here is that you can use that pencil, you remember that I showed you earlier. Sorry, let me get rid of those icons here. There we go. If you click on the pencil here, you can now draw and write anything you want. And again, if you have a mouse or you have a trackpad, any interface will work. And if you want to type actual text, you can use the sticky note. Click on this icon, the sticky note icon, and then click anywhere you want, and it will create those icons. Okay, so here I want to type, I want to type cats. And now if I select the sticky note, I can move it around. So you can try this at home. And let me move a little bit closer so that we can see better. When I select the sticky note, I see a different set of colors here. So if I click on other colors, I will change the color of the sticky note. Here I can decide to underline or bold or text. And here, if I click on the cross at the bottom right, I hold my click and I wipe like this, I will increase the size of the sticky note.
So maybe
And yes,
sorry, Xavier,
ahead,
but important fact is that obviously the student can do exactly the same. So they can select your sticky note, they can move it around, they can make it smaller or bigger, they can rotate it using the top left option. They can create other sticky notes if they want, type text in it. So you can have them type text like that. And another point is that the sticky note can be obviously moved on the board, but you can also move it completely outside the board and just put it wherever you want in the classroom. So it can be on this bush here, it can be on the floor, on the stairs. There's no restriction.
So that means that you can start decorating your classroom and customizing your classroom. We'll be adding more features to do this later on, such as putting images and things like this. But this is the first step. Take a sticky note and put it wherever you want. And you can start building your letter tiles, for instance. All right. I'm going to move on to the last button I want to show you, which is click again on those gear icons here. And at the very top, you see a little door icon. If you click on this, you will save and quit. So you will quit the virtual classroom and you will save it in its current state. So if you want to resume classes a few days later with that same student, you will, as soon as you join, as you start your classroom, it will appear exactly the way you left it. All right, so before I leave the Koala virtual classroom, I would like to cover every icon and tell you again what they do. So this one here, if you click on it, it will simply copy the room code to your clipboard so that then you can paste it in any other application. If I click here. Here, this is to turn my camera on and off. Here, this is to mute or unmute myself inside Koala. Here, you have the pencil that allows you to draw on the whiteboard or on the browser or on PDF documents. Here, the sticky note that allows me to create sticky notes. The cursor allows you to interact with that browser here. The eraser allows you to erase text that was written here. The trash can, I didn't mention this, allows you to delete sticky notes. This icon here, to customize your avatar. And your avatar will persist. If you leave the classroom and you come back, your avatar will still look the same. This is to show the control. So this is that window that pops up and that shows you how to move forward, backwards, how to select, draw, create sticky notes, etc. This allows you to see which camera you want to use. So for me, on my computer, I only have one camera. But if you have a document camera, you will see two cameras, etc. And finally, this icon that I'm going to click on right now saves and quits the virtual classroom. Now, before we move on to the Q&A section, I would like to simply share a few last thoughts with you about what we're trying to accomplish here and the next step for you. So, Ben, can you see my screen?
Yes, sorry, I was muted. Yes.
No worries. All right. So a few of you guys have already asked. Yes, we will post. We have recorded this full webinar. We will be posting it on YouTube, and we will share the link with you if you want to watch it again. And we're at your service. If there's anything that was not clear, you have my email address at the bottom of the slide right here. Feel free to send me any email, any request, any feature request, any help. We can call you. We can help you do some technical support. Don't worry about it, okay? Don't hesitate. The last thought I wanted to share was that obviously COVID has been very disruptive for students and teachers, and especially students on an IEP. But this can be an opportunity to improve the way we've been doing things and build education technology that is more aligned with the student needs. Our product is not perfect yet, but with your help, we can make it perfect. So go ahead, use Koala with your students. We love feedback, good or bad. Don't try to go easy on us. And that way we can build the product you need.
So sorry, Xavier, but just as a segue to what you just said, we had a couple of questions about, how much does it cost? And, is it, and the answer to this is totally free. You guys,
the product is free.
The product is free. You guys can use it as much as you want, as long as you want. All the features that we have today are totally free to use. So
there's no limit to the number of hours you can do for group meetings. So it's fully free.
There's no limit there. We had a question about being able to record a class. So at the moment, we do not have a recording feature in Koala, but that's an excellent feature request, because I understand that for a lot of teachers, it's important to be able to record. And I guess like for some people, it's actually mandatory. There's multiple ways you could do that. You could record it using screen capture, video screen capture on Windows or Mac. You could probably record it using, there's the OS usually provides a screen capture program. You can also download third-party screen capture programs. I would recommend doing that. But obviously it's not perfect. So we'll
if you want to send us more information about the ideal implementation of the recording feature, we can look into it. Like, do you want every session to be recorded automatically and sent to you over email, or do you want to have them somewhere in a cloud? Let us know, and so that we can understand better what the need is here.
Yeah. Anna asked, can we have more than one student in the room at a time? The answer is yes. We don't recommend more than 3 students at a time. So it's just because of the technology we use at the moment. So like smaller classes are better. Can we have other backgrounds like the one Ben and Xavier have? So I think the question is whether we can have different scenes in the Koala app. At the moment, we can't.
So I think I can take this one, Ben.
Okay.
So the scene, actually, the pictures that you see behind me and behind Ben was the original scene that we built for Koala. Something that looks more like a traditional traditional classroom with, you may see the alphabets cards here at the top. And working with our initial teachers, they said that a lot of those students have a trauma associated with a classroom environment. So why not making it look completely different so that they can be fully anxiety-free? Now, we may be wrong, and we are considering adding more scenes so that for those of you who want to use this virtual classroom space, you can also do that. Let us know, send me an email, and let me know if this is something that you would need, and we can put it in our roadmap.
We had a question also about the room code, and I think somebody asked whether the room code changes or not. The answer is every time you start Koala and you host a room, you'll have a new room code. So every time you create a class, you'll have to share the room code with a student. Hopefully that makes sense. We are in the process of improving this, of course. But for security reasons, it's important for us to make sure that the room code is unique. I think there was another question. Let me go over all the questions that we have. Does Koala take the place of needing to use Zoom for a virtual teaching session?
Absolutely. You can replace Zoom with Koala. Yes. You have the same. You will have the same features, the video, and you can share documents. You can annotate. But on top of this, your kid will be more engaged than on a basic video conference.
I think we have a question about a limit on group class size. We should 3 students at most. We don't recommend more. I mean, there's no hard limit. It's just that you'll start experiencing issues above 3 students.
It's to give the big picture here. It's a feature that we have not implemented yet because most of the teachers who use Koala today are doing tutoring. It's one-on-one, one-on-two, one-on-3 maximum, but not that much more. But if you are considering using Koala in your actual classroom environment with 20, 30 kids, please reach out to me on that email address that you see. at the bottom of the slide, I would like to understand your need better so that we can serve you.
Will is asking, can you do breakout rooms with support staff? That's actually a great point. We're thinking of adding a emergency button that you could click in the classroom, and it would essentially call us to join the room and help with whatever problem you have. So that's one thing we're considering. I think, will my document camera show up on the large whiteboard, or will it be on a small picture? At the moment, it will be on the picture that's next to your avatar, which doesn't make a lot of sense, I agree. So, Anne, I think this is also a very good feature request.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
That we put, so my understanding of this feature is that when you share document camera, it goes on a big screen on the wall somewhere, right?
Yeah, I think that, yeah,
that's a good
what you
idea.
Meant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm going through the pictures. Going to record a session.
Ben, if I can just talk about the last slide I have. Was simply I wanted to talk about our next webinar. We have another webinar on September 22nd, where we will go over the same steps. We'll show you also the Koala updates that we will have by then. Sorry. There will be some cool features. Go ahead, Ben.
Sorry, we have one more comment from Eleni. I think Eleni was trying to use the web app as a host. You can do that, but you won't get the browser if you're the host in the web app. So if you're a host, use the Mac or Windows app. I understand that you had issues with the Mac app. So Eleni, we're interested in reaching out to you to understand what those problems are that you're experiencing so that we can fix them. Please reach out to us after this meeting for questions. Maybe you can directly email me. I'm going to put my email in the chat. Feel free to just shoot me an email, and I'll be happy to help you figure out what's wrong. So, there we go. Okay. I think we have a question about the next webinar, when it's going to be.
Yeah. So September 22nd. We'll try to make a time that is probably after work hours. I know that this current time was not ideal, and sorry about the time zone confusion. When we put a time, it's in Pacific time because we're self-centered and we are on Pacific time zone. Sorry about this. Feel free, to register to the webinar, go to our website, and then there's a webinar page, and then you can register just like you did for this one. Feel free to invite your colleagues and friends if Zoom does not work well for their students. And thank you very much for your time. And we can use the remaining minutes that we have to answer all your questions. Absolutely.
Greer is asking if music can be heard if I play a song in a lesson. It depends. If you play the song through your microphone, then yes. If you play like a video on the browser, at the moment the student will be able to see the video, but they won't be able to hear the sound of it just yet. But that's something we obviously want to add as well. Okay, so he went through the computer, and the answer is no, not at the moment. Trying to see if we missed any other question. Does the work with Aspa? We have one more question. Oh, thank you. Okay. I think we answered all the questions, to be honest. I'm just trying to see if I missed any. Thank you, Jane. Thank you, Joe, as well, for the good words. Feels good. We really hope this will help you. I mean, this is what we're working for here, is really to make your life a little bit better, and the students as well. Yeah, I think we answered all the questions, to be honest. I think Carol, you had an issue as well. Please email me as well with the email that I shared in the chat for all issues that you've encountered. Yeah, I guess we had a question about OG resource. I know Brennan answered partly. Some people were asking about the tutoring company we work with. Xavier, do you have an answer for this?
Yeah, so this is a separate product of ours where we worked, we collaborated to build technology for an OG literacy tutoring company. But this does not have anything to do with Koala.
Yeah.
So this is separate.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. And I was asking about how do we get the background that is behind you at the moment. So we were talking about this earlier. Right now, we only support one scene, like the chalet scene, but we will be adding scenes in the future, such as the one in the back, probably. What do you think, Xavier?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll let us know what type of scenes you want. Obviously it's work to develop new scenes, but we want to serve you, so we won't deliver them overnight, but we want to know if you see the need for them, if you think that helps you.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. A couple more messages. Oh, so Brennan answered a bunch of questions. I think that's it. Thank you, Leslie.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys, for all your messages. Have fun, enjoy the product, and let us know if you have any issue. We can jump on a call immediately and help you out. And we'll see you maybe at the next webinar. All right.
Thanks,
Bye.
everybody. Bye.
Take care.